Definitely going to be turning off notifications. Anyway, welcome back to part 2 of the Buffy, not quite the Vampire Slayer, but the Resist Dark Urge honor run. And without further ado, gonna load this as the music is officially done playing. And welcome to the episode where I have decided to retire the microphone arm that is getting consistently less and less strong. Anyway, as I hear my toddler call for me through the floor. And right on time. Excellent. Hope everybody is having a good week. Almost there. Almost Friday. All right. So we'll give people a few minutes to kind of sidle into the room. Gives me some time to fuck around at camp and to see what's going on. Yeah, buddy. Uh-huh. Daddy's streaming. Okay. I don't deserve this, kid. I don't. A more adorable toddler you could not ask for. He's at that stage where everything that he's doing is new. Everything is starting to be comprehended, I guess, in a way that it's made for the most wonderful thing to watch and grow. Everything's starting to click. So far, this has been my favorite part. Alright. Waiting for people to join also gives me an opportunity to do a little bit of inventory TLC and make.
Ready and willing.
Gale with dual wielding the daggers here. Okay. Vein recovery is in there. We don't have withers yet. That is going to be the highlight of tonight's stream.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
I am enjoying the latest addition to our little group. Lae'zel is delightful. In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
What happened?
Speak.
Hello, welcome, welcome. How's the dog? Yes, buddy. Okay. He keeps yelling down the stairs.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes. Let's just hope she reserves those impulses for any common foes.
Indeed. Oh shit, I'm gonna turn on multi-stream chat right away this time. Just so I can actually see if anybody decides to randomly pop into that one. Because it has been happening lately, just not as much. What's the story with that odd little artifact you have?
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
My memories are all gone. Is your tadpole playing tricks on yours?
I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think.
If you have glut,
There may be
res the
other
bullet,
causes.
and then betray glut, the bullet turns hostile as well, and you have to kill it again. Yeah, that's a thing. I fortunately got out of having mine do damage to me, but the run before I started to stream, that happened. And the bullet was stuck in a corner over by welcome. It totally makes sense, but even so, I mean, you don't really expect. It's just not something that you really expect. Mine got kind of pushed off into a corner by the boat where you take the boat into the second part of the Underdark, and it hung out there until I got within range. The thing that bothered me, welcome. Oh, question mark? Hello, I just got the weirdest sense of deja vu. The funny thing was I spent a few minutes working to get the bullet down onto the beach. So after all that work of getting the bullet down there, because it's a fucking pain in the ass to move, it turns on you. That had to have been irritating. And you don't get the experience for killing it again. That's the worst part. Yeah, the bullet, I mean, at the absolute very least, is a giant damage sponge. At the very least. Alright. People have had, well, no, haven't talked to Gale yet. People have had almost nothing to say so far. Alright, now I am actually going to turn this back to multi-stream chat. There we go. Not that I can reply much to it anyway.
A Githyanki joining our company. Not a collaboration I'd have anticipated, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Exactly, you didn't die. My memories before the Nautiloid are shrouded in darkness. Any idea what that's all about?
Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of ceremorphosis. If it is, they've forgotten to write it down in any text I've read on the subject. Then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps whatever's causing our tadpoles to remain in stasis has also affected your mind. If ceremorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed into the Mind Flayer's hive. So, to still be here, if a mite forgetful, still a win in my book.
Fair. I can't disagree with that. But I also have these violent thoughts. Violent, depraved thoughts. Ones that refuse to go away. I don't really know what to do about them yet.
We all have those from time to time. I once wished a most impure demise on a colleague of mine who bought the last remaining copy of Etheril's Enchiridion of Enchanting Easements. It's a first edition, too.
I don't think
As
they're the
regards
same
your
thing.
own morbid little fantasies, I'm sure they're nothing to worry about. So long as they remain fantasies.
Well, before I tell you more about my horrible dark dreams and urges, tell me a bit more about yourself.
Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, city of splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
We almost ate your hand, wizard. I don't think so. Not tonight. But my wonderful Lady Tanis, if you wanted to at some point take a look and to put faith together, I wouldn't be opposed. And if I had to nail down her guardian, wouldn't it The closest thing that I could think of would be Mayor Wilkins. Gosh. Gale, my love. Welcome, Zalian. I don't know of anybody else that we would really call Faith's guardian. I mean, she killed the first one, if I remember right. Don't stop there. You must have many stories to tell about your adventures as an archmage, such as a considerably great man you are.
Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
No, I'm not going to peer into his mind. It will be interesting to see if we can... I mean, really, the only reason that Giles didn't fit was because of the glasses. Otherwise, you had Giles. Mayor Wilkins not having the issue of Faith's guardian would be the mayor. Yes. So yeah, we were literally just talking about that.
Come on, open up.
The Watcher that I don't, oh god, Mom, help me out here. The Watcher, the woman that was sent wasn't part of the council anymore. Didn't they, I mean, not excommunicated, it's a bit of a different context. But she was no longer associated with the Watcher's Council. A successful sleight of hand check.
What do we have here?
I feel like I remember somehow that Faith killed her Watcher. She was kicked out of the council and ended up going after the glove. Yep. Ta Prim, I think, is the magic word that she would use to cast the lightning. Yeah, I've seen Buffy that many times.
There's blood in the air.
There is indeed. Yes, we're gonna use one of Gale's Tell the Future dice. One.
Another fight.
Off balance.
Let's go.
Alright, Buffy, get it. Tried to steal the glove and died. Yep. Alright. Last time, if I remember right, we dropped the halfling or the giant brick.
With every
In
breath.
order to take out the halfling and the other guy above this, so that should mean that, yes, they are all waiting
Maybe we should go take a look.
for whoever comes through the door.
Could be a trap.
Why don't you go take a look?
Keep your eyes
Why don't you go? Well, I don't want to go. Well, for the moment, I'm gonna shut the door. And which has been encouraged many times, I'm actually going to take the time to loot on stream. Even though for the longest time I questioned the purpose and whether or not anybody would actually be entertained by that. Or whatever the hell it is. I've only ever seen season 1 of Buffy? What? Oh, there is so much. It's good. It's good start to finish, and honestly, I don't want to call any of the seasons of Buffy I don't want to call any of them weaker than the next, but if you had to pick one that doesn't match up against the rest of them, it would be season 1. From season 1 on, and season 1 only having half the number of episodes that the rest of the seasons do, it is ridiculous how good it gets. And that is definitely what I'm potentially going to be doing. If blowing up the barrels is high on my list of priorities as soon as I get through that door.
Dust. Perhaps the faithful abandon their god, or their god abandon them.
Lady Tannis, I completely agree with that. Yep. A lot of shows. Game of Thrones, about that last season that they had. That was a whole thing. Being a strategy gamer, especially with like the larger scale strategy, the Battle of Winterfell bothered the absolute hell out of me just because of how the battle plan was executed, which is weird, but it's a thing. Apart from it being so dark that you couldn't actually see anything. Some issues with the last season, there were some sloppy redemption arcs. I still don't honestly know how I feel about Spike's redemption story. There is an episode that he has talked about hating filming, and I know that you all know which one I'm talking about, except Melting Neon. They gave him a redemption arc, but after that in season 7 was... Nathan Fillion was in season 7 though, so there is at least that. I aim to misbehave. Death and Divinity, a Godly Guide. Death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain. It is a duty that has been passed from hand to hand, splintered into smaller pieces. Disease, war, funeral rites. But there must always be an overseer of the cycle as life falls away. For countless eons, it was Yurgil, the Lord of the Withers, the Lord of the End of Everything, presided over mortality with his unblinking stare, until even he grew weary. Young Ball, Bane, and Merkel must have thought themselves conquerors when they came for the god of death, yet he used their ambitions to free himself. Merkel claimed primacy over death from Yurgil's bargain, but even he does not rule death alone. What is murder, if not the most violent of deaths, seized by Ball in his incessant greed? What need would there be for noble Kelemvor to judge passing souls, if one deity could hold the process entire? Even gods can die, after all. Those who worship death should remember that above all else. How I Met Your Mother's pretty good. I've not seen anywhere near all of it, but
text covers the plaque.
It's a solid comedy.
A dead tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
Oh, that's what you think. Alright, we just read that one. The Mortal View. Eyewitness accounts of the Ballspawn Crisis, aka the story of Baldur's Gate 2. The guild seal on the inside of the cover belongs to a printmaking collective in Baldur's Gate. Of course I remember. Knew the second that little girl was walking that she'd be trouble. Little thief, always in everyone's business, and that ward of Gorian went right along with her. No surprise a wicked god's blood was running in their veins. Anonymous Candlekeep. Saravok and his lot are always the first ones that come to mind. You know, this all started with a bit of iron and Nashkel. Everyone thought their weapons would rot out of their hands. Back then, I thought the problem was bad trade. Okay, survivor accounts of the second Baldur's Gate. Amnian mercenary interviewed on his deathbed. You dare speak that name to me? My mistress was turned to ash fighting those forsaken wretches. I curse Ball, I curse Irenicus, and I curse you. Hostile vampire of Katla slums. The 5 tore Tethier to pieces. I don't think anyone expected more Ballspawn showing up would fix the war that a pack of them started. Then again, they were all inclined to killing each other, eh? Good riddance. Here's hoping every last one of them has been wiped off the face of Faerun. Saradush Merchant, retired. I'm not authorized to be talking about any murder with someone like you. Take it up at the Sea Tower if you want to argue, but honestly, who cares if a Ballspawn got it stuck to them? Their father's the killing type, after all. Flaming Fist, Gauntlet, Baldur's Gate. Several hundred more interviews follow, most of them terse. People did not like talking about that. Welcome, welcome. Evening, Crespo, Hartley, Tanis, Melting Neon, Zalian, Mythic, Mom. All the love. Alright. Now we have to decide how we're gonna get through there. The rogue just... oh god. There's a ways to bring back people from the dead.
Shut it! This is no time for joking around.
Would be a good way for the DM to, do kind of a side campaign. Okay.
Time for a little death.
As this is honor, we're gonna take a second to think about this. By the way, Mother, for who is watching, this is an honor campaign. What honor means is that if you... I have a single save, which is right before any of this happened, and that is it. If I fuck up, it's done. So as I get dozens or 100 hours into it, if I fuck up at that point, the whole thing is done. Three Dogs Mom is also such a fantastic thing to have.
Keep looking.
This place is falling apart. Could have happened by itself.
No, I don't think so. Yes! Just enough room to get in there.
I can't waste any more time. Let's see what you're hiding.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to live without one of our key points right now, which really kind of sucks because every key point counts at the moment.
What?
Alright. No! Gale!
Bit of caution never hurt.
Death is but a word away.
Alright.
Let's not get caught off guard.
Torga goes first.
Staying out of sight.
Is this a surprise round?
Nothing important is ever easy.
No, none of them have been caught by surprise.
With every breath, a purpose.
Sorry, I'm not going to pay attention to chat for the moment.
On the way.
I have nothing. Nothing. Really bizarre to go from, ooh. You know what I do have? Is a scroll of sleep. Now all my people can go. Okay. What if you kill the resulting zombie and cast resurrection on it? Would it just come back as a zombie though? And apparently none of them have resurrection. They're playing Curse of Alright. Hasid. Alright. He's gonna laugh maniacally for a while. We're just gonna leave him be. Torga is going to sleep peacefully.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Let's get Buffy up and over, and she can take care of Caster. Except, of course, the bonus action is my flurry of blows.
I am fury. I am death.
I love it. Well, and it is hot sauce this time. No more sleeping for you.
To death.
Nope. He's still laughing. Wow. Welcome back, Moonbilge. How's it going?
Victory awaits.
Unfortunately, he just woke up from that second one. Yes. No barbarian for you, and let's just wrap this up.
Unleash me.
Done and done. Short rest.
That hit the spot.
Indeed. How you doing tonight? There's about to be a lot of reading. There's about to be a lot of reading. Fucking library bullshit in the next room. Oh, excuse me. Book of Final Breath. Dense rows of scrawled text. The few legible entries seem to detail the names and final words of numerous individuals. Come see this. It's Maj Benner. Laboratory explosion. Froth Crest. Waylaid in a Neverwinter alley. You're blocking my light. Donna Ree. Watered Haven Featherlung. Anyway. Hey, yes! Do we get a free personal pizza after all the reading? Yes, as soon as I make enough to be able to send everybody watching a free pizza. So the more people that we get to follow the channel, the more likely it is that you will all get free pizza. Bazador and Dribbles. The first channel, yes, the first channel emoticons work. Excellent. Excellent. Credit for that goes to Critical Crespo. That was his doing. All the love, thank you. As eternal as always, love and thank you. It is summer in this. Yeah, fair. That is reading. Speaking of reading, The Curse of the Vampire. Hearken close and beware the vampire. Beware its cold beauty, beware its charm, beware its curse. Above all, beware the pale noble, for the vampire cannot bear to be of the common folk. How doth one protect from the beast? Walk not in blackest night, for the Alright, I'm just gonna call it vampire. Melting Neon, had you joined the stream, did you get to see the end of Cazador? I don't remember if you had started to watch the stream at that point. That's where the sheep comes from. I turned Astarion's vampire master into a sheep during the final fight. It's fucking fantastic. And I'm going to say vampire instead of vampire because that's weird. Yeah, it's out there. I'll have to. That's one that I'll have to find and clip. It was excellent. Walk not in blackest night, for the vampire loves these nights more than any other. If you must walk, do so by the light of our moon and take care. Carry the blessings and marks of your God at all times. But remember, your home is a fortress if protected well. If you hear a knock in the night, be wary. Let no stranger into your home. If it be a friend, look upon them. Do you find them pallid and wan? See you any mark upon their neck? See you any dirt upon their clothes? Unless their need is great, turn away all but the most trusted. And if the beast finds a way into your home, leave. Leave love and family behind. You will not save them if you fight. You will not see them again. But they will see you, pale and smiling, calling them into the night. Personal pizza. Everybody order pizza if you haven't. Alright. Death and Divinity, A Godly Guide, red. Clothing, stolen. Will. And another torch. Somebody is gonna get use of the other torch. Alright, it's Hawkeye. Alright. Hawkeye, ADD brain, led me to Marvel. Who's seen Wolverine and Deadpool? Either on Friday or in the next week. I know at least some of you are. I'm looking forward to it. Journey Through the Jungle. The adventures of one Baron von Baren and his goblin guide Jaw as they brave the thick jungles of Chult. That's right, tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. The sun had just fallen below the horizon when I've heard its first call. 1,000 reed pipes at once, whistling a single beautiful, terrible song. Ulu Thalong, said Jaw. It's coming. Jaw dropped her pack and scurried up the nearest bitter. With a bit more effort, I climbed a tree of my own, and the two of us surveyed the grass ground beneath. Awoo! There it was again, above, beneath, all around. So close my skull vibrated from the sound. The ferns and foliage under me rippled and swayed. Jaw held a finger to her lips to demand my silence, and in one motion, it snatched her. A vine, a tentacle, it hardly mattered. The hunter had found its prey. Jaw's screams swelled and faded as Ulu Thalong dragged her away. I leapt down to give chase, but the creature left no mark behind. The grasses were untrampled, the shrubs unbroken. I had only the memory of that harrowing call to guide me. Their Hot Ones interview. Their Hot Ones interview. Sounds like a... Sounds like a number of things. Not entirely sure which one, but it sounds interesting nonetheless. Rows of books. The Mortal View. Eyewitness accounts done. Mortal View, eyewitness accounts done. Moving on. The Unclaimed. The sturdily bound story of a cleric of Shar whose soul was never claimed from the City of Judgment. In life, her service had been impeccable. Daily did she devote herself to the Lady of Loss. Daily did she free herself from the tyranny of memory. All, in time, was lost to her. Her relations, her preferences, even her own name. Upon the altar of her devotion placed she the ultimate offering, her emptied mind. And when she died, when she awoke in death and found herself standing in the pale and faded City of Judgment, she waited for the Lady of Loss to retrieve her. 1,000,000 souls and more passed her in colorless gusts, but no hand materialized in her hand. No voice whispered instruction in her ear. No guidance proffered itself from the bleached and barren sky. Time, immaterial time, passed around her like air, coming and going. And still, the goddess did not come for her devotee. Kelimvor pitied her, as much as the Lord of the Dead is able, but could not intervene. This cleric of the Lady of Loss, unclaimed despite her worthiness, might yet have one more lesson to learn, that not of forgetting, but being forgotten. Their Hot Ones interview, go through and loot. Yeah, and that's honestly a really big thing and one of the most glaring differences between console and PC. The PC has a ridiculously intuitive and wonderful interface to use, but the problem is when you highlight or when you hold in the Alt key and you get the Rustic Chest, Chapel Records, Plaque, the Unclaimed, that's what you get. And those are ideally the things that the game highlights for you to interact with. But, as you can see, that is not all that you are able to interact with. And this whole search circle mechanic does not exist on the computer. If I'm wrong, please, for fuck's sake, tell me and let me know what the keybind is. That would be great. But I have, in all of my searching of Reddit and the internet and blah, 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 I have not seen any mention of the fact that the computer can do that. It requires a controller. So, console players have the search circle, but the radial menu as well, which just sucks. There's no way around it. This fucking sucks. I don't care who you are. How your whole interface works on the computer is just better. Like, what is this bullshit? You know how irritating it is to navigate this whole thing? The rest of the interface on computer is fantastic. But the fact that you can't use a mouse and keyboard on the console, which is now plug and play, Company of Heroes 3 being released last February proved this, that they're able to do it. But why does the computer not have that other mechanic then? How do you like the radial menu? How? Well, Zalian, as long as you're not about to use it to go down to the Titanic, all hands on deck for you. But if you're gonna use it to go down to the Titanic, you might want to get a first-party controller. Sorry, I had to get that one in there. Anyway, the Unclaimed, just read that. Oh, no kidding. And see, I haven't played any of them. Any of them. Really? Oh my god. That's excellent. It's one of those, like, of all the things that you could have skimped on, you bought a third party out of Walgreens controller to pilot your submarine down to the Titanic. If you're gonna... Yeah. It is unfortunate the kid that bought it along with his parent, but... I mean, how stupid could you get, anyway? There was another billionaire that was supposed to do another attempt at going down to the Titanic, so we'll see if we have another global entertainment scenario going on again. Fine dust coats the pages of this weathered book. Beneath the bone-white powder, hundreds of short obituaries are recorded in tiny script. Grobian Tipple Ilmater, drowning. Yvain Arkinson Ogma, internal rot. Devrin Stout, Saluna, Beaver. Yeah, spare no expense my ass. You know, John Hammond says spare no expense throughout the entirety of the film. Yet, on the what we all now know, computers, algorithms, and the electronic process behind running a park now being the most important ever, he spared every expense on the IT. So, yeah, as much as I love to quote John Hammond, bit of a piece of shit capitalist there. Although he is, in the book, a absolute complete piece of shit capitalist. He's not nice, man. The radial menu... Alright, to be fair, the radial menu has been... It's been okay, and it's gotten us through the game. But I would say ask a player that has gone from the computer to the radial menu. I'd be curious to see what they have to say. I did a poll about it in the group at some point. Pro controller is shiny. It's hard. It's... Yeah, the controller,
This place
it's...
wasn't built for the living.
It's a thing. But at the same time, and one thing that I do gotta hand to the console, is that how I'm running right now, with the camera focused behind the character's back, in the third person, that is how we, as console players, get to see the majority of the game. Yes, you can pull the camera all the way back, and then if you want, remote control them.
Red.
But in order to do that on the computer, you have to hold down a very specific key, and to keep the camera zoomed in all the way behind them, and keep that key held if you want to look at the game in that perspective. Otherwise, you're just kind of stuck in this mode of navigating them around like that, which you experience the game in an entirely different way. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it is a very different experience. On Death and Resurrection. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by Iosifa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denier for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her god's annal of lost and hidden knowledge. Of what value is a life? Far too esoteric a topic to warrant any serious critical consideration between these pages, surely. Or so it would seem at first glance. But once we push aside the mysticism and dewy-eyed sentiment so often clouding our assessment, it is clear that across all the spinning planes, each and every life does indeed have a quantifiable value. It is simply that not all are equally valuable. Consider, we already know that the destruction of our material form is not the end. If anything, our souls are more free after death, transcending planar barriers in search of a resting place that best befits our deeds, beliefs, and station in life. But even this assessment is subject to market forces, Lord Kelemvor weighing our souls against how thoroughly we have given them over to other gods, empowering them in turn. There is, of course, an alternate route, not the end of the path, but the chance to retread it. Clerics across the realms wield the power to return life to any soul deemed worthy or willing enough. It is strange then that these so frequently intersect with those deemed wealthy enough, for the components for such a spell are beyond the means of most mortals. I have interviewed those who have made such a return, and in truth have found them to be of the most dull and unimaginative sort that I cannot possibly imagine what it is they were so eager to return to. If a true assessment of the journey is to be made, then there is simply no replacement for embarking upon it oneself. Perhaps, one day, this great volume of learning will make me worthy enough to walk that path, and wealthy enough to return. Seconded. A Steam Deck. Oh, man. One day, I would love a Steam Deck. Oh, man. To be able to have that, the Steam library be portable and all the varieties of games that it opens up. One day. Let's not step on the pressure plates. Just one failed perception. Please step forward.
Nasty surprise. Caution is warranted here.
No Shadow Heart and no... Oh, right. That's why I was using Shadow Heart, because I don't have the silver pendant yet. And... Okay, so hang on. I like PC, especially since I made my own keyboard. Made your own keyboard? Talk about that for a moment. Wait, made your own keyboard. How would... Yeah, you're gonna have to talk about that. The way radials work are organized automatically could be better. That's the worst, especially if you remap your radials. I sort mine so that all most used stuff is on page 1 for every character. I've always preferred handheld, so the Steam Deck and the Switch are my favorite consoles right now. Hashtag Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I was surprised how well BG3 runs once you adjust the graphics settings. Yes, I try to set all the radials just right, but then I forget and swap weapons and it messes everything up. I really want a Steam Deck. I'm surprised there was so little Denier mention you would make an extra replacement. Yeah. So everybody that just talked about setting the radial menus up just how you want them, set up the radials and everything just how you want them as a wizard, and then go and fuck with their spell book and see what happens, and it will put you through the roof. There's nothing more fucking irritating, because it all goes to hell, the whole thing. I want Shadow Heart. Yep, we're gonna have to go back and get her. So the only way you can get the active search on a real PC is to remap the controller XA button to the keyboard. It just takes so much time to put them back, and you'd have to redo it every single time.
Something the matter?
Yes, actually. We don't have anybody to cast guidance.
Crowded, don't you think? You'll need to swap out someone if you want me.
Not if you talk to the people that mod the game, but that's a different story. Oh, and right, why am I picking the lock? Starion is much better at that.
Wonderful. I was beginning to feel a little left out.
Yep. The very first time that I really tried to fuck with the radial menus is when I played through as a wizard.
How delicious.
At which point, it defeated the whole thing for me. It's like, damn it, this is completely useless to me. Everything that I just did is completely undone. Guidance. That's Gale. That's not a Starry. Celia.
Careful.
Yeah,
I bite.
more or less. Exactly it.
Someone's left a trap out for us.
The Watcher's Guide, aka Gale's first snack. Don't mind the vampire.
There are traps about.
bought a keyboard online that had the ability to hot swap, so I switched the switches and keycaps, and I'm able to program the... That's... Wow. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Traps. How considerate.
Clicky keys. Yeah. When you're typing on a keyboard, you should feel that feedback, and there's something oddly satisfying about almost like or having a typewriter style sound as you type. I've always enjoyed that. And the faster you type, the more entertaining it sounds.
There are traps about. An iron core. I prefer gold. I'll take it. A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
Yeah, flat ones just they don't feel right. They just don't. Completely agree with you.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Well, we may as well use these here, because honestly,
Elminster's not
really
around.
isn't
so
much
might
of
as well.
any other point to use them. And alright, Gale has used 2 spell slots. That's okay. Oh, I don't honestly even really know if they're going to be necessary.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have. Armed scribes, but no sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Razer keyboard that I use at home, then one on my MacBook gives me the ick. I have so much trouble typing on it. Yeah. Laptop keyboards. Yeah. It's I've always preferred to actually have a physical mechanical keyboard. The one that I'm using right now is a Steel series. I think I got it from my brother-in-law. Honestly, a lot of the hardware, computer hardware in general, has come from my brother-in-law.
You have a manner of irresistible desperation about you. I like it.
Indeed.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Irresistible desperation.
Something the matter? No time to dally.
I think
We're a
we're
long way
going
from
to
Waterdeep.
swap
No time to rest.
Gale for Lae'zel. Yeah, but why would you... You can make keyboards that don't make noise. Why would you want to? Apart from Crespo's reason.
Speak.
Join me, please.
Make space, and my might is yours.
Alright, Gale.
Ready for battle.
Just other things. Not so much. Oh, balls. Gale would have gotten the Fuck. Gale gets inspired by the Book of Dead Gods, and if there's anything so far that I've learned about the Dark Arch storyline through all of you, is that I want all of the inspiration points that I can get.
How can I help?
I need you to come back.
Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure.
I'm sure.
Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for?
The same person that just replaced me.
Back in the thick of things at last. Oh, how exciting.
Conversion on a typewriter, make it USB. Yes. If If you ever manage to make that a thing, let me know. And
Work my magic.
I will be first in line to try to get one. Because that would just be... That'd just be wonderful.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
You are welcome to call Lae'zel Anya for this run. Well put. Well put. We need to figure out a way to dress her up in a bunny costume.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
I know where to get you one. Oh, shit. I do. I don't know if they're still down there. Uh-oh. Yes!
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scroll as to
Check
be
your
unreadable.
school's older inventory.
Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
In the basement of UW Parkside, they had, yes, like old style typewriter. They had, oh god, the basement of Parkside had tunnels that ran across the entire university. Like as long as there was a major building above it, there was a tunnel below it, and because there was a bunch of empty space, administration used it for storage and storage of much older technology. At least at UW Parkside, our tunnels were filled with typewriters and odd things like that. So I would be curious to see what's down there where you're at.
Don't
Be
touch
very
me.
curious.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
My dagger-happy friend, what troubles you?
I accidentally honestly hit the A button on you, but fun to get more things that I've never heard from you. Alright, I am gonna run upstairs and use the bathroom very shortly here. But I want to get everybody in position before I do that. And we need to go back to swap Gale for Lae'zel again.
Scribe of the dead. I didn't think anyone still worshipped him.
Astarion has a lot to say that's different for Dirge. Interesting. All his little Dirge responses. Squirrel scene is a good one to see.
What's in here?
There's so much that I have no idea about. As I know a lot of you are going, oh, you don't even know. No, I don't. At some point I'll break out a box of tissues or something. However much heartbreak there's going to be during the run. Alright. Does anybody
time to
else
waste.
have... Nope. That's alright. I don't have to do the perfect setup the way that I usually do.
Best get going.
Still switching. Lae'zel.
Speak. The party's full. You'll need to make room. Good. Our victory is most certain.
I'm sure. That's cool. That's cool. I did a version of the lobotomy at Vol as well.
Trust no one.
Nobody's going
My
to
faith
have...
will guide me.
Nope. Alright, nobody's going to have Mage Hand. So I cannot remotely activate this. That is okay.
Very, very quiet.
Taking my time in the shadows.
No. I'm not sure what's going on up there, but it sounds entertaining.
Unseen.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Alright. I need to go see what's going on up there, and I have to use the bathroom anyway. I will be right back.
Trying to frighten me with cheap tricks. Darkness is my element. Mom's up there playing with him.
And we have this little plastic slide. And he was standing on top of the slide. And that's where I heard, and where I looked up at the ceiling, I heard this giant thud. And I guess he fell backwards onto his head. Hence, a lot of immediate crying and screaming. Oops.
What is it?
Anyway. Oh, what did I miss? Made it for my cousin for our Gaming Tavern's BG3 New Year's party. Make t-shirts for... Nervous about what?
Ready.
Not the combat encounter, surely. I got this.
Stepping softly.
There is work to do.
If that was worried about me doing the combat encounter, you have nothing to worry about. I got this. Was she really? But nothing. Wow. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Heading there.
Yeah, I won't use that. Not yet. Something that I'd love to see Larian do for their next major title. The combat mechanics can't work like this.
I just want a little
How the
love.
hiding currently works. All the enemies need to be able to see everything around them all the time. And the hide skill needs to be something that needs to be constantly rolled. Like how this whole thing works is how I beat this game.
Stay out of sight. Make way.
Oh, Lae'zel had Mage Hand. Duh. Anyway.
Shall we cut and run?
No, probably not.
Moving. On the hunt.
Where do I go from here? Time to press ahead.
Surprise! Oh, Shadowheart, that skill of yours that I never actually use. Starring is still hidden.
I am fury. I am death. On the move.
No choice but to keep going. Here goes nothing.
Let's end this.
Last one? Yeah, that was predictable.
I will ascend. My path be true.
Rising from the dead just to protect some dusty
Done
old-
and done.
That helped.
A
a lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
How has the microphone been tonight? This is my first night, like, just using the stand that it came with instead of the desk attachment that I've been using for a long time. Desk attachment just doesn't actually hold the microphone up like it used to. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Or what I like you all to hear, rather.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. Right, as always. What a curious way to awaken.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
So he has spoken. What he are you talking about?
An arbiter of certain matters. But that is not important now. Wilt thou answer my question?
Yeah. Sure. Ask away.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Gee, I wonder which one the Dark Urge response is. Mortals live to die, to be slaughtered. Yeah, maybe for faith. We'll see. Mine seems worth little, as my blood calls me to harm others. Interesting. No, I haven't. I've never thrown it back at Withers. Number 6, each life is of infinite value and merit, sacrificing everything for, yeah. Number 6 is usually my generic answer. Mortal lives are not single. They are part of a greater whole, a path to enlightenment, one might say.
Few strive for such balance. Fewer still achieve it.
Fuck you, Withers.
Very well. I am satisfied.
I'm going to...
We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place.
So did I
Farewell.
just do something should I have responded differently?
There better be a soft bedroll in my near future.
Yes, there is, because I am obsessively long resting. Okay, cool. I went up to him once as Karlak and a dirge running. He made fun of her for... I don't know if you had started to watch the stream yet. Oh god. Did you watch me go through the mountain pass to get the Yankee to get the Yankee Crush? No bosom companion, indeed.
Something over there.
It was probably the worst timing that ever could have happened for going through the crush, or for Withers making that comment to Lae'zel.
That might be worth a look.
We were going through the Githyanki Crush, and Lae'zel had just, like, formally approached me about starting the romance. And I had very recently started to romance Karlach. And, well, I said no. You know, my heart belongs to Karlach, etc., etc. So I needed to reclass Lae'zel. Forget what it was that I made her. And Lae'zel goes up to Withers. I need help changing my class. Thou walkest alone. Why do you not have a bosom companion? And it was like, because he doesn't want me. Like, fuck off, you stupid old ass
I
skeleton.
hear shouting up ahead.
It was one of the most
Music
painful
to
things
get
that I've
you
ever
to
had,
ease.
like, one of the side characters go through. And I felt so bad about it. It was so terrible. We laughed quite a bit about it, but it was like, Jesus, you, like, of all the times to bring that up, you tactless skeleton piece of shit. Alright, without further ado,
Let's get in and out.
what? Hey!
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders!
I love it.
That
I
pack
love
of
it.
goblins will be on us
We
any
have
second!
emotes, that's so cool.
What's going on? Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now! You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Turned into a bear.
Please! There's no time! By the 9 hells! Open the gate!
Maybe you get some bitches if you didn't wear the yes shield.
Shit! Form a line! Damnable roach! Provoke the blade!
Good Grand Theft Auto 5 quote, by the way.
And suffer its sting.
I like it. It's got a word in there that I refuse to use on stream and among other places, but yeah, that's a good one.
Just like old times.
Ooh, transmog for DA4. Nice. Oh, my little brother has reached out about potentially doing a Divinity of Sin playthrough and helping me stream that. I know that that'd be something I think people would be interested in.
Can't slow down.
This fight never goes all that well. Like, it's just your characters endlessly missing, I feel. I have never played any other Larian game. This is the only one. But after looking at the reviews and everything for, of course he's moving through. After looking at the reviews of all of their other titles, it looks as if they have all maintained the Baldur's Gate 3 style of quality. Interesting. More terrain effects. Oh. transmog, and custom outfits for companions, and the ability to preview later in-game class outfit styles. That sounds cool. The ability to preview later styles, that's interesting.
In my best
Please
interest.
get off my rock.
Let's move.
Alright, Buffy, what do you got for me, girl? Come on, you can do better than that. That's my girl.
These boots have seen everything.
Green smoke tinge K for the character, and then we're surprised when so many people had to restart and they saw their characters in actual light. Oh shit.
Bleed every last one of you!
It shocks me that they would do something like that. What is my purpose? You cast Eldritch Blast. Oh my god. Every time I see a character use Eldritch Blast, that's what I think of. Is the Rick and Morty meme.
Can't give up. Not now. Can't even catch my breath.
Just switch between different hued backgrounds for... Excellent. Oh, good. I'm glad that they learned that lesson. And honestly, that's something that wouldn't be the most difficult to go back and patch to change, either. Alright, ye Dark Purge knowledgeable people. Oh, there goes one of, Aridin's ilk. Aridin still has 26 out of 36. Wouldn't it be a shame if we just beat the shit out of him right
Time for
then
some
and
bloody
there?
work.
No! Oh, yeah. Melty Neon, had you not heard about that? Like, it's not and it's not a small update. Like, they reworked the entire bloody game engine. It is a dramatic difference to everything, and it's only the first part. There's more to come. Great game, by the way. Very deserving of all the work that they did to it. Right? I haven't broken it out yet, but it's on the list. Ooh! That and I think they actually patched the VR version of it. No Man's Sky in virtual reality is pretty interesting.
Coward. That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
But you could quite literally do No Man's Sky in its entirety in VR. for those of you that have been following me for a little bit, know that mixed reality VR shit is all but here. And I couldn't be more excited for it. My father-in-law and I are going to get the pulley system hung this weekend. The cable... Oh, the longer cable that I need to run for my computer to be able to reach the headset through the pulley system has also arrived, and then I was able to talk my mother into an early birthday present for the lights that I need. And that's it. That's it. Yep. Absolutely right. They have seen... It's a giant update, and it has seen a dramatic increase of players. I will stream that one at some point, especially if I can get the mixed reality VR stuff working as well as I hope to soon have it. It's about to be more than anything down to my computer and whether or not it will handle the software to do it properly. Which, for all intents and purposes, it should. Way of the open hand. Where's Riposte? There it is.
Watch your back.
I haven't decided yet what he's going to be, but he's not going to be a rogue. Same,
another.
Melting Neon.
Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
God damn it, Cartley. Hartley nailed where my mind went first. Not to be rude, but what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None.
Ooh. Ooh. Because William the Bloody. Did you, Carly, did you read the whole... Oh god, somebody in the Big Balders group today did a post about Astarion being the bard, and that how much they enjoyed his vicious mockery. Listen, skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
You going to elaborate on that further?
No.
Fine, whatever. Well, you were sorting something before. What were you doing?
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny.
Yes, they are.
For a mere
Yes, they
pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Someone's in the seedling. Do we really need weapons? I just like them. Make me feel more man. You think I can trust these cultists?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee.
You're the one that runs them all.
What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake.
Well, impressive. Are there other ways you can help us?
Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Well, and look very ugly doing it.
Amusing.
Well, helpful no one's dead on my side at the moment, though.
Indeed. Farewell. Fate spins.
Was that
along
Withers
as it
dejected?
should.
That was Withers sounding
Dost
dejected.
thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
I would like to change my class.
As thou desire.
Indeed. What? Man, I'd be pissed. That's worth a phone call, I think. Starion the Barbarian. But granted, he wouldn't be the front man. But I just got done playing through Three Dog, which was a bard. And one of the things that I was looking forward to was to not have to be tied to the bard's spells anymore. Because as much as I love playing a bard, they leave so much to be desired and so many other things. Mixed bard with sorcerer, yeah. Noodles and company. Jinx, you owe each other a soda. Just need one level of bard to be able to use vicious. Yes, vicious. We will reclass him when he hits level 4. Yeah, wild magic on an honor run. I really do want to do wild magic along with the barbarian, whatever one that is, that has the randomness factor. I don't remember what it's called, but given the fact that it's a Dark Urge honor run, I don't know how many more unknowns I want to throw in. And he'll be able to cast Longstrider on everybody. How about that? Featherfall passively. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Speak to animals? Right. Which is... I don't have... That's a feat. I can't take the feat yet. But once we level him to 4, yes. That's absolutely how we'll do it. I will, once we hit 4, I will reclass Astarion. incapacitating ways. I don't really need you to have the charisma because I'm just gonna use you to talk shit. So you're gonna stay with you're gonna stay with dexterity and all that other good crap. Crespo. It's a good secondary. Not wisdom. Speak with animals is really nice. Along with fear. Astarion as a paladin for redemption would be... I wonder how long it'll take you guys to get to that one. Done. It was weird. The other morning, I was streaming Helldivers and it was just Melting Neon and I. And for the first time in a long time, I had to manually ban and to censor somebody's spam comment. It almost felt good to do it again, but you guys are so fantastic. All the love to you all. It felt genuinely weird to not be, or to not have you all automatically take care of that. Y'all are too great. Oh shit. Comment auto ban. What happened? Yeah, frighten a creature. Y'all are right there. Oh shit. What? That's fucking stupid. Seriously? God, I'm really glad that they don't censor or they don't monitor what I say. Hell, I use half of the words that are banned in the Baldur's Gate group. I do have profanity enabled. I absolutely do. There's a warning. I'm almost positive when you join the stream. Almost positive. Don't need stealth. Never need stealth. Only time that you roll a stealth check is when you're actually in that red zone of sight. Oh, and actually, while I'm thinking about this, because this was a question earlier, there is no stream tomorrow. In terms of if there's going to be a stream on Friday night, that's still out for debate, but I don't think it will be Baldur's Gate if I do decide to do a stream on Friday nights. I'd like you all to have Friday nights for yourself, and I'd like to be able to have Friday nights as well for myself to be able to do, you know, whatever it is that you do on a Friday. But yeah, definitely not tomorrow. Uncle and I are getting together and are desynchronizing tomorrow. Crespo understands what that. Anyway. Yeah. But probably definitely no Baldur streams on Fridays. Potentially something else. It may be a good day to do the random whatever the hell it is that I feel like streaming. day to do those things. Investigation. And that's stupid. Target can't be an ally. Yeah, I need somebody to just talk a bunch of shit to with Astarion.
I've got a long road ahead.
Alright, I am going to do one thing really quick, slightly out of order, because we're gonna run more consistently with Gale than we are with Shadowheart. So if that's going to... Oh, but... I can't cast Enhance Ability anymore as I'm playing Buffy as a monk. I didn't really bring Shadowheart with last time. No, we're gonna keep running with her. I will go grab the silver pendant next stream. 'Cause honestly, we're getting close to time, unfortunately. Watch Ren do a raid or something within the next like 10-15 minutes. Open the door. Glitch, can you not hear me at all?